What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Friday night edition of Airbrush Down and Dirty Tricks. We are 3 minutes over. Sorry about that. Up until 8 minutes ago, I had no idea what I was painting. I have no paint mixed, but I had an idea since we're getting close to Halloween. And Gary, I'm sorry, with Gary Shees, yesterday or today, I think both, and he mentioned a few things, and the Pumpkin Reaper came up since we're back in, and I think you guys may remember a couple of these. We did the Pumpkin Reaper, we did the King one, which is a different position. So what I decided to do was take the Pumpkin King, which is part of that file set you can get when you go to MckayFineArt.com and you get all the downloads, and I just took the face and the chest and just made a big tall version to fit the 12 by 18 panel, and like kind of stretched it so it's a little bit longer, and that's it. So I basically took the file, scaled it up to fit the panel, chopped off the sides, and just had the face and the thing, and I'll try to bring up a reference picture quick, but literally did not have time. Let's see who we got on tonight. This is like a last minute feed, but making it happen. Mike Stanton, what's going on? Amos Mendez, Mike Manning, Doc, what's going on? Yes, I am going to SEMA, and yeah, it is going to be good. Where's the hostess with the mostest? Man, it's been a crazy week. Sorry about yesterday, man. Yesterday just turned into absolute chaos, and it was just due to, I can't even, it just, customer just completely disconnected from reality and expectations and changing his mind, and then like just too much to explain. And the day just went sideways. So that's going on. What's up, Gary? So what I did, and I'm trying to think if I could find the image. I want to see if I can find. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see. Going into my massive file library. See if I can find this. Yes. I am going to snap this picture. Copy it. Yeah, we're going to update this really quick. So that's the Wing It screen. Opening Photoshop. Bear with me for 2 minutes. Come on. Come on. Gotta update, make a quick reference shot for you guys. Okay, almost there. Talk amongst yourselves. Sorry. This is why I wish I had my assistant back, but she is in college. Copy layer style, boom, boom. Paste layer style. Okay. And now we export to 19. There we go. Okay, so I took this file, the one from this, and turn that into our reference. So if you guys remember that, this was done, I've done it as a lesson, and I've done it on a bike before. So what I did, Doc, thanks for reminding me it's only 4 weeks. No pressure on that one. So what I did is I took the file and I just stretched it, made it wider. I mean, made it wider, taller, more tall. So the face is going to be like more stretched, a little narrower. And that's just by taking the file that is available on okfineart.com. It's under the vector downloads. You probably have to go through the library or just hit search. It's under the Reaper package. I believe this one is on there. I know the other Reaper that I showed you at the beginning is on there as well. No, I'm not getting an AI assistant. So, we have vinyl. We have our mask. I cut it on FBS Blue mask, which is this lovely stuff right here. And let's get it on there. There we go. Do a little hinge technique. Had to do a portrait for Seema, but I didn't get the reference. Yeah, I got like, I'm doing four paintings right now for Seema, which I have barely started them. The ideas are all there, I just actually have to start them. So, next week. Okay, so hinge. Let's get that camera focused a bit better, shall we? Come on. Sorry. Everything's being weird tonight. Okay, so this one, is this one focused? Top-down camera, let's see. No, that's not focused at all. That's better. Alright, pull the middle. I don't have to show you guys. All you guys who have been watching have seen this done 100 times. Let's back up a little bit. Alright. So if you notice, the vines go outside my tape border, which is by design. I just got to cut the tape so the vines can come over the border. It'll just give a little three-dimensionality to this piece. And we are on a black 12 by 18 panel. And let's give a little view of this piece here. Let's bump this camera just up a little bit so you can actually see the detail area. Come on. Sorry about shaky cam. All right. Now, just like, what was it, last week? Was it last week we did? I did the vinyl mask. The week before. They run into each other. Let's see here. Alright. So, this is what I use just to get the cut marks to show up. You could also do a thin paint wash or something like that. I like this stuff. It really works well. There you go. Now you guys can see. As me and Rhino have done in many classes when we forget this stuff, shop floor dirt works just dandy. If you're taking bids, $150. I am always taking bids, sir. Let me grab a little sheet. We'll put that right here. Bids up. How's it going, man? You missed the, I did another series of skull props for Halloween, and I did pumpkin ones. Pumpkin ones are gone. I still got the skull ones. I think that was 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. All right. Cool. That'll be a fun image. All right. So, fiery background. Orange, green fire, green fire. Cheers, everyone. This is, well, last night was my first one. But I did a whole 30 diet kind of reset to get myself going and lost some weight. And haven't had a drink in a month until last night, so cheers, everyone. All right. I need mixing cups. I need my 40-21. We're gonna mix as we go. Where are all my cups? Tonight is a very disorganized feed, everyone. Can't find any mixing cups. There we go. Peace. We gotta get a bunch of paint colors here. Oh, alright. That's right. Yeah, like even yesterday, what's poison tonight? This is Whistle Pig Piggyback 6-year. It's just like a Whistle Pig. I usually do the 10, which is great, but this is just a nice lower cost rye whiskey. But it's still on a higher level, which is good. Alright, paint mixing. Let's slide this guy over. And I'm going to start Mike Manning. Thank you, sir. Cheers, Chris. I was looking for that. Alright, let's start with some good old Createx Wicked Opaque Limelight Green. And then we got our reducer. Getting our reducer. And this is the 4021. Here, a little reducer, not much. When I'm doing opaque, I want coverage. I'm going to only reduce just like 5% tops. I'm going to do a good old mix. And a very quick strain. Now we know we're good. I can see you take the filter of your cleaning pot. No, it blew out and I don't know where it is. I don't usually take it out. When I was cleaning up, I must have dropped it. I don't use the cleaning pot very often. But I don't typically have it off. Big squatch, what's happening? Okay. Alright, we're just going to go one color at a time. Now, the other thing I'm going to do... no, I'll go back to it because I want it. There's going to be... No, we'll go. We'll do. So, I want green eyes. So, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to save this stuff just off to the side here. I want green eyes. Like I said, I might want to put them back. So it's going to have a green mouth and glow. Okay. The whole neck surround. With a fire. Basically, anywhere I want the green glow, I'm going to pull the mask now. Around here. Oh, all through here. That's a black robe, so I don't even have to do much there. Yep. He might show up. Oh, you know what? I don't need to do that because that's going to be behind the frame. Okay. That's fine. There. This big old hole. So basically, anywhere you want the green fire, the green glow, we're going to establish that green right out of the gate. So we're going to put that in. I think that's almost everything. Get the nose. Cool. Gary! Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Oh, a little bit up here. A little glow up there. All right, that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna make this a green glow, kind of a smoke, a little fiery, more fire than anything else, but. So, I paint in the higher range. I started as a t-shirt artist, so I would typically use my paint straight. So I'd be around 60 PSI for like t-shirt paint. Hi, Mom. Mom's over on Facebook. Want to give a shout out happy birthday to my sister. You didn't miss much, Rob. So, pressure. Like t-shirt stuff, I want 60 to 70 PSI. Pretty much use Createx straight with an Eclipse like 0.5. When I'm with a 0.3 or micron, I'm usually down around 40. Sometimes I'll drop the individual airbrush down to like 20, 25 for certain things. But I'm usually up in the high, like I said. I like to be up in the higher pressure range. Sitting in the airbrush cave, launch on TV. Nice. You know now you can actually, or you're probably doing it, but you can actually sync your phone to your TV or like your YouTube app. So you can like, the comments are on screen as well, and you can type into it. It's been around for a little bit, but. Here, Todd, what's happening? And while I got a lot of people showing up, I want to give a big shout out to all my down and dirty tricksters, everyone who's joined up, who supports the channel with a nice monthly donation. Don't forget, you guys get a 25% off. You get everything, 25% off anything on the channel. In the merch store, you get a code, I think it's 10 or 15% off for the merch store. Dog build. Oh. Okay. So, alright, so to start out, I'm going to grab my Takumi Eclipse. This guy here. Thank you, members. Thank you, sponsors. Well, not really sponsors. Not paying for these. But they do hook me up with some supplies from time to time, which is always appreciated. So, we give them a shout out. Still waiting for your 4021? Yeah, you're going to like it, man. You're going to dig it. It works really good. It really just makes a huge difference. Alright. The opaque lime green. I love this color. I've loved this color in like every paint brand I've used, and Createx finally nailed it with this one. So we got a little curve shield we can use. We're going to bring out Pocket Graphics Pyro. Gotta love Pocket Graphics. Beep. There we go. And let's, there we are. All right. Yeah, we'll get it done. You know, I always get it done, man. Happens. Okay. So, we've talked about fire. I've done some fire videos before. I am going to do a what not to do for real fire and that again, especially with the 4021, and I'm going to do a new project starting the next few weeks or so. But let's just start, just get a nice glow in the eye. You see really how good this, actually from here, you see really how fast this one covers. You know, I'm going to zoom in just a little tighter. Sorry, I got to up the ISO a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah. Is what's her name? Kat going to be in there too? I don't know if she's doing a truck for them this year. She did a bitchin' car last year. So just a nice glow. Don't flood it. Notice how I put the center and I let the rest just kind of cast over. Iwata's gonna have four. Iwata's gonna have 4 stations. So there's gonna be 2 that are like scheduled, 2 or 3 that are scheduled. Yeah. So they're gonna have 4 paint stations. Like last year, if you were there, we had the 2 paint stations on the out, and they had the big archway. They're gonna have 2 on the out, 2 on the inside of the archway. I know the 2 outer one. Like they're gonna have me, Gerald, I think Javier. I'm gonna draw a blank. Anyway, they're gonna have all the scheduled artists scheduled. I think they're gonna always leave 1 station or extra station at sometimes 2 for people where the area can just run in and run out. Yeah, I'll be over at Car Rep on. I'm gonna come over on Friday for the finger paint. So that's gonna be fun, and I'll be between FBS and Iwata typically, and I got a few hours here and there. I built in a couple hours to the show so I can actually enjoy the show a little bit and see it. All right. So I'm just doing the initial glow. This candy will get darkened. This layer will get darkened down. Actually, I need, instead of using candy right, I don't use candy at the end. Got my wheel of death here. I'll bring over some regular Wicked colors. Yeah, that's going to be cool. That's the helicopter that... is that the helicopter Mike O'Brien's doing? That they're going to bring? So just establishing that initial kind of glow. Because I'll put like the fire details and such in after. So just getting that initial glow, and we're going to darken that down. Let's bring up the reference and kind of see what we got going on. Okay. Ugh. Almost lost my pocket pyro. You know, if you guys are not like really airbrush artists, or you aspiring and you're gonna be at SEMA, you're gonna want to learn some tricks. I'm gonna be doing daily make and take projects where you can come up to the board side by side with me and paint a quickie project, like a 5-10 minute project that you get to take home with you. So if anyone's interested in that, definitely swing on by. Oops, I forgot to pull this out. So if anyone who's good with the computer, if you want to go on to McKay Fine Art, see if you can scroll through the and find the Reaper project. I forgot to grab the link, and maybe we'll pop the link in to chat if anyone's interested. Okay, so fire outside. I want to keep this kind of like really like kind of smoky, so just kind of draw in like a really kind of wavy kind of sketch like that, just really kind of loose. And see, I just kind of kiss it a little bit, and then I go in and use the stencil, the edge, to just kind of sharpen that out. But I don't kill it with stencil, just a little bit. And this is the underpainting kind of fire, so you don't need to have a lot. You don't want too much crisp. This is the Wicked Opaque line. I almost use it straight. You can use it straight, just you gotta turn the pressure up a little bit, like just around 60. So I put about 5% reducer. Oh, I don't know if it lets you guys put links. Yeah, I don't think you can put links in chat on Facebook. So, don't worry about it. I'll put it in after. Oops, a little blowout. That's fine. Do another one over here. This one's a little smaller. Let's use the Pocket Graphics. We'll just come in. Same thing. I'm just using that edge. Now I let the overspray this because this is the Oh yeah, so it doesn't show up on our chat. So yeah, you can't put links during, which I get why they do it. So you you don't get spammed as a creator during a live chat. When I'm done, I'll put the link in the description for this. It's okay. I get why they do it, because especially when I'm doing it alone, like when we used to get quite a bit of spam, like girls, 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 all that stuff before. You still kind of get it once in a while, but so they don't let outside people. If I had someone as a moderator, I think then you could put it. I'm going to have to see if anyone's interested every once in a while in helping me out and moderate the channel while I'm painting, since I don't have a Kaylee in the house to help me. Yeah. Second page, halfway down. All right. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just go to McKay Fine Art. You'll find it. But yeah, that's a mini kind of just, you know, way to get the fire started. Okay, let's do that. Let's leave that. I could go to candy right now, but I don't really use candy till like the end if I want to work faster. Yeah, but you post a link, but we can't see it. Only you can see it. It doesn't come into the main chat. So yeah, it lets you post it, but we can't. Everyone else won't see it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix like a transparent, and I do this a lot to get more coverage. That way I'm not layering a bunch of candy down. I'm going to use illustration. No, not illustration. This is, you could use Wicked as well. You could use the Wicked transparent, the regular, or illustration. I'm going to do a little green. This is the phthalo green. You can also use Viridian green. This is the Wicked apple. I'll kind of mix those two together with a little 4021. Thank you for trying, guys. I appreciate it. The green you're using, is that the W085? The initial is, yep, the Wicked Opaque Limelight Green, 0085. So I'm going to do, like, basically, like a regular green. Get that mixed up. Get our little handy dandy paint strainer. Put that through. Easy peasy, just like that. And now, You can kind of hit that outer glow and darken it. This will set that underglow for everything. So now that green will pop off this color, and then I'll use an opaque yellow, and that's when I start coming in with the candies after that, and that's towards the end. Oh, nice, yep. So this will establish kind of the coolest part of the fire, where if this was a red fire, it'd be the deep red to purple area. But on the green, it's the darkest green, because the darker the color in flames or fire is, you know, the cooler area. Yeah, I'm painting around 35. Don't get hung up on pressure. We talk about it all the time. It's constantly changing. 35 out of an Eclipse nozzle is a different pressure coming out of a micron nozzle, and it's different coming out of a 0.5 versus 3.5. 35 is 35. That's the pressure through the line. It's different CFM coming out the tip because the nozzle sizes are smaller and larger. So you set your regulator pressure at 1, and then your airbrush will go from there. That's why you just don't get hung up as pressure as a religious amount to use. See, now I get that nice green. I think I want to make it a little darker. The magic word. Yeah, with paint guns, like when I'm spraying, like for color match and things like that, there's it's a more definitive amount when, you know, a full-size gun, when you're using the 3/8 line, says, you know, 17 psi at the tip, which means you put it around like 20, 22 or so at the base of the gun, and you'll get 17 at the tip. Then it makes a difference in paint match and atomization. But airbrushes, because they're so much smaller, the nozzles, the pressure drop in CFM are really different from brush to brush. So now I just darken it up, because I made a mix initially of the apple green and the phthalo green. And then I want a little darker, so I just went more with the phthalo green. So now it's a nice underpainting. Oh, you know what I'm going to do too? Nah. So this is most likely going to be a double feed, because I don't think I'll finish this in one night. One can hope, but we'll see. I'll do aside from the plot, I'll do a paper printout. No worries, Doc. I'll do a paper printout 1-to-1 that matches the plot file. So that way you don't have to put as much mask back on. I can just paper cut and do a loose shield, which I've talked about that to death as well. Alright, let's do a nice yellow. So we're going to take back over to our mixing cam. I really want to know where that went now. It's really bugging me. Okay, so I want to do an orange, but I want it to be a little more yellowy to start, because I'll put a transparent orange on top of that. Oh, definitely. Definitely like, share, and subscribe if you'd like. Well, subscribe is free. And if you want the discounts, don't forget about the membership. That's $3 a month. It gets you 25% off all the files, including last week's. Last week's was fun. Last week's is already in the mail to Honey. But that was based off of... This was last week's project. For those who weren't here, this is what we did last week. That was last week's project. That was fun, wasn't it? So that one is available for download. The Vampire's Kiss. That was a fun one to do. And if you're a member, you get 25 off. So I'm mixing like a light orange. I'm mixing, these are also opaques. This is the Wicked Opaque Pyral Yellow, which is 0082. And Wicked Opaque Hansa Yellow, 0080. Gotta mix them together. That way it's just a brighter orange. And if you want a little bit of coverage, if you add white to it, it'll get lighter, but it'll have even more coverage with the opaque white. Minimal reducer. Yeah, definitely hit that like. Share it amongst some pages for needs more traction. We're 11,300 and something now. You know, on Facebook, if no one go live on Facebook and no traction. I think my mom was the only one on there. Facebook live feeds are just dead. A couple people get on here and there, but I'm just straining this paint. Oh, I didn't hit record on this whole thing. Oh well, you can hit record now. Facebook records it, but the rest of the cameras won't have it. All right. Oh, the other thing that's getting exciting, it's almost ready to go. The channel's actually up, but I haven't put really anything on it. The only video I think that might be on there is how to build one of these stranders, because I just put it there as a placeholder. So the new Atomic, what's going on? So the secondary channel I'm building is going to revolve around tabletop gaming, figures, scale bottles, and things like that, diorama building. So I finally picked a name and getting ready to do some content. So that channel, and I wish I had a nice fancy image to put up, is going to be Tabletop, Airbrush, and Effects. The letters FX. I'm not sure if it's live for everyone to see yet. It might be. So if you do a search later on, it's Tabletop, Airbrush, and Effects. That's going to be a new channel. Once I get more content there, and once I get the followers, I can do live feeds over there and that. But for temporary, it's going to just be recorded feeds. I'll edit, so record them here and do some edits, and then throw them over there until that channel is grown enough to do actual live content. But we'll do the recorded content. Okay, to start, I do the teeth first. So I get those nice and bright. Then I save them in case I need to put them back, because I like the teeth to stay as bright as they can. And this process I'm doing here, this is the same process for all the Pumpkin Reaper pieces. And even the Reaper ones tend to kind of go like this. So now I'm putting that orange in the center, just like that. See? You know what? I think this will benefit being a little more yellow. Let's give this a good shake. And as far as the other channel, the tabletop channel, I think I'm going to try to do videos mostly on Tuesdays. Or there'll be the drop on Tuesdays when it's recorded videos. So I kind of like the term Tabletop Tuesday. So I think Tuesday will be that feed, and Thursday is my normal live feed. Which, as you know, I push till Friday sometimes. When crap hits the fan. Alright, let's get this out. So if anyone here is into tabletop gaming, miniature, scale model, diorama building, anything like that, it's going to be a fun channel. I'm moving a lot of content into that realm. And that is a field and a hobby that's getting really big right now. So by staying in the center, from staying in the center and just letting the overspray get to the edges, so the pack of skulls are stencils you can buy. They're not available in vector format. Michael, yes, that's going to be... Oh, so you need 50 people to subscribe to that channel also. To go... No, you need more than... I think you need... Yeah. I thought you needed 1,000 people to go live on it. Because you can't get 50 people to subscribe if you can't subscribe. That is going to be on YouTube. You can't do members until a long time, but... So you should be able to subscribe to the channel to start subscribing to the channel. No, then they lower, because before, I don't think you could go live until you had 1,000 followers, or it might have been like 500 back in the day. So you had to upload recorded content. You couldn't do live for a while. What do you mean? I don't lose... I mean... You mean like that paint? It's minimal. But it's better to mix in this and actually get it mixed well, reduce it, get it mixed well, let it kind of emulsify and come together, and then either pour it in the cup directly or strain it. I never mix directly into the airbrush anymore. It's the #1 reason people have complaints about airbrush spitting, tip dry, and everything else, because the paint's not mixed, and you got pure paint and unreduced paint sitting in the fluid nozzle, and so you get a mix of thick and thin paint coming through for a while till it's all shaken up, and then sometimes you'll get, when you pour in directly, you'll pour stuff from the bottle and get all junk in your gun, and that'll ruin the tip. So pouring directly into the brush is not that great of an idea to do. You can do it, I don't do it anymore. It causes more problems. Alright, so teeth are done. Let's pull. You know what? I'm going to do it in orange, because then I'm going to go brown. No. Yeah. No, I'll do this. As I did before. So now I'm going to pull basically the top of the head off. that. I mean, and realistically, that's such a minimal. There's still enough to pour in here, and you can put a little reducer and get more of it out. It's such a minimal amount of paint that you'll lose that stuck to the side of airbrushes anyway. So it's not really too much to worry about. But so much better results when you paint. I'm jammed up. Probably should have cleaned this brush out a little more. Nope. Okay, this is exactly... So remember what I said, don't pour it when you mix into the cup? Remember I decided to add a little more yellow into this mix? And I poured it directly in the brush? Well, that stayed unmixed for a while, and now I have thick yellow. It was just purple, thick yellow, because I added that yellow in. Now it's going to take a while to get it in to place. So it's a prime example of mixing in the cup. Solvent you can get away with a little bit more because the solvent reducers really rapidly mix together. Yeah, so I got to pour it out now. So I'm going to pour this out. Because I mixed that, there might have been a dry chunk. Now I'm not flowing. See, when I go against my own rules. There we go. Yeah, so that thick paint wasn't quite mixed, and you can actually, if you look down, see it? So that yellow's like clunked up because it was just really thick. And just slow me down. So I filtered the first batch into the brush, Gary. And then I decided I wanted to make it yellowier. So I just added the pure yellow into the airbrush instead of mixing it in the side cup and then pouring it back in. Yeah, these, yep, you go on Amazon, I had a link somewhere, 500 for like $6, so pennies. Worth it for the non-aggravation. And so again, I'm going to put my little strainer like I should have done. And then I'm going to pour this through. I'm going to be interested to see if anything gets trapped when it goes down. Yep. There is. Let's see if I can point it out. Strain or feel the pain, right? Let's see if I can show this to you guys. See how much that slowed it down by not doing it right? Can you guys see inside there? Let's see. Let's see, hold on. See it? See that line? That's a piece of dried something that was in the cap. So that went into the airbrush. Let's see if I can rinse it out. And that's a little... Yep, you can see a couple of them when you look really close. See those chunks? Those are dried chunks of yellow. That's probably in the cap. Those two little chunks, or probably a couple more of them before I rinsed them out, flow to the bottom. And you know the size of an airbrush tip is like 0.35. So that's, you know, then the needle's around it. So you got a quarter of that, like for the initial. So those two little paint chunks are enough to screw your airbrush up performance for the whole time. See that? That's all it takes, guys. If you're using a micron, even worse. That's enough to completely clog a micron. Or a micron size, you know, 0.18. Because I guarantee you, that chunk of yellow is probably 0.18 in diameter. So, yeah, Air Todd, if you just type in, well, if you go, actually, if you go, oh no, I don't, maybe I don't have it on there. I'll put it up there. But if you just look at medicine cups, if you look at medicine cups, you'll find them. They come in sleeve, you know. They'll come like, you know, they'll just come in sleeves like this. You get like 8, 9 sleeves like this. So much nicer. Plus, like if you only have a couple of airbrushes, you can mix up a whole rack of colors, get them all mixed, have them ready to go. They're beautiful. I got sleeves of them. Oh, the dues. Oh, yeah. Nice. If I linked them there, very cool. Cool. So now we can do. I think this is one of Tommy Ham's stencils. Yeah, I think this is one of Tommy Ham's. Let's put a nice texture. This airbrush is not doing its job. I think that fluid nozzle. Let's show a little quick maintenance. Hold on. When in doubt, new part. Do you use a homebrew airbrush? Yeah, it's water. Water-based paint, the nice thing is I have a bottle filled with just straight water. That gets the bulk of it out. And then I use isopropyl alcohol to strip it out all the way. You can do a water and isopropyl mix. That's all I use for a clean. I don't buy fancy cleaner. Or sometimes I just use the Createx reducer. But the isopropyl alcohol really strips out the rest. Alright, so just in case, a little tool here, this gets the cap off. I wish this was Harry Skip Barber designed these tools. He is no longer with us, unfortunately. So I'm going to save this because it still might be good after the feed. I'll check it out and I'll put it in my spare parts file, you know, undamaged. I'll check it afterwards. We'll put a new cap in. And just put this in here. And we'll see if that makes an improvement. This airbrush was not cleaned too well last time. All right. There we go. Oh, this orange is going to be nice and strained. Third time in. Strain it through. Alright, now let's see. There we go. So now all we can do is start to get this guy a little bit brighter. Notice I don't paint right to the edge of that stencil. That's going to help kind of create that core shadow right out of the gate. Yeah, this brush needs some help. Needs more than that. All right, we're gonna switch airbrushes. I think the air cap might be a little gone on that. And this is what happens on a live feed that doesn't have an hour or two of prep time in front of it. Oh yeah, this is a Blair stencil. Yeah, you can see the name etched into it right here. Chuck what? The air cap? Yeah. Good. Okay. Just went to the Takumi, same one I did the green with. Alright, so top of him is done. Now let's pull out. Keep an eye on the feet, because what I'm going to do is I know this Reaper's in that file set on, but not this like configuration and size. I'll save this in this format and size in case anyone wants to follow directly along and you don't know how to size and change it yourself. I'll get that done before next feed and have links and everything to it. Alright, so texture. I put this texture in first just to kind of establish it, keeping most of it off the face. If you're feeling like you need it, you can take the nose and you can always just put that back on. You could also take the eyes if you want. Put them back on. And go from there. See? Easy. Alright, so let's look at the cheeks and everything else. So if you put the mask back on, the nice thing is you can just paint from the mask up and give that nose bridge a nice highlight right up inside. Just put it really strong right there. That brings the face out. From these teeth, you can come up, and just from the edge of that mask, I'm just doing some streaks, and I'm staying kind of right towards the middle, just to kind of give it that pumpkin-y, like that kind of wobble to it. Go straight down here, right to that tooth. Right up in here. And just get the whole area set up. This gets all your primary shaping established, your core. It's what's using the paper stencil or a plotted mask like this is so beneficial, because it just gets you, a lot of results pretty quick. Yeah, really good for getting that kind of underpainting established. Now I'm going to pull the drawer off. And do the same thing. Oh yeah, I usually do like... I usually do kind of a holiday theme. So I did Krampus last year. If you look at the videos, last year we did Krampus. The year before that we did Jack Skellington piece. That was really cool. So we'll do something along those lines. Like, I don't always stay with the seasonal theme, but sometimes I like to. So I have no mask here, no mask in here, so I'm just staying off the edge. So I'm really running that core highlight down the middle. And I can bring this out later. I can bring that green up at the end. Thank you, sir. Much, much appreciated. And we still got a bid on this. Cheese and grits at 150. That bid will carry over to the final feed, because like I said, this isn't going to be done tonight. And for next week's feed, I will, prep some better content to go with it. So if you're interested in downloading it, and I'll post that up ahead of time. I'll post it on my socials. So when you see that, you'll get all the stuff. This is all the socials. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok. I usually post my schedule up there and things like that. So. So I don't mind getting the orange over to the green, because when I come back in with the green, the transparent, I can go back over this. Because pumpkins always have that, green edging. So I don't worry too much. It can all kind of blend together. Dave, I appreciate those words. It's things like that. Not just the money, but hearing that makes me want to keep doing it more and more. Keeps me coming back. The money helps too, but But yeah. So let's see what next. Oh, now I'm gonna pull. These are the inside of the eyes. It's gonna mostly have some green in there, but yeah, Gary, you probably got all the seasons, and then some. All my moods. I'm not gonna put a lot in here because it's gonna have a lot of green glow. But I'm just putting almost like eyelids and skin around the eyes. Just to get that established. I'm going to pop these off just so it looks better. So now you can see the glow in the eye. Ta-da! Well, Gary's not the high bidder right now, so right now cheese and grits is at $150. But next week will be the finishing feed. That's usually where the bids come in a little faster. Okay, so that's good. That's good. I want to get the root established now. But before I do that, let's get this orange out. I think Gary's got his handful of panels coming for tomorrow to go through. I've been so behind on getting things cleared because my main booth has been down for 2 months. So I had to rely on working with some other shops to clear my panels and some of my artwork and my bike work. And luckily I got a few partner shops, but good work with. The landlord of my building's redoing things, so the booth has been down, which is a pain, but we knew it was coming. Yep, totally get the bills thing, man. Yeah, Gary's got paintings. Enough. And I think Gary already has. Do you have 2 pumpkin reapers, or do you have a scarecrow and a reaper? I've done a few versions of this, so I know Gary's got a couple of them, at least one of them. Okay. Before I do the roots, this one here I want to establish that glow. Atomic, I appreciate that. I just want to get this glow here really established. That's when I pull the mask, it has enough delineation that I don't need to paint right to the edge. That's why I do the background glow first when I'm on a black panel. If I was on a light panel, I'd go the other way. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the chats, the comments. Share it, tell people about it. That all helps this channel grow. Helps the algorithm. Alright. Let's get these roots. Thorns of the roots. These are going to be more of a brown tone. And the stitches. I usually do the stitches too at this point. It goes there, comes around here. And I think I cut this. Did I cut this already? Nope. Alright, so I gotta cut that because I want the root to extend past the frame. That'll help give the painting a little dimension. Oh, you got panels? Yeah, and you got the pumpkins. Those pumpkins should be there tomorrow. Ah, nice little... I do... My pumpkin branches always have thorns. Is Honey in the house? Hey, Honey, how's it going? There we go. Let's pull these stitches. Okay, it's that. Oh, and then we gotta pull this. Nice. Alright, so these I do with kind of a brown, but I do like almost more like a tan kind of taupe color. Because then what I'll do is I'll go with like a transparent brown and hit that. But I'm also going to add some of the green glow into it as well. Thanks for popping in, Honey. Honey, if you're still there, are you going to SEMA? Did you get your credentials this year, or do you have time to go? I was curious. So I want to throw some white in, and then I'm going to take a little burnt trauma. Take any brown at this point. Doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to make I want a tan. It shows up tan on black. I should probably use the opaque white. A little stronger. So that color should work. Just a tan. It's going to help establish the roots and stuff. Actually, while I have the green in this, Sasha, when do you fly out? So I'm just putting some of this green glow in. Yeah, it's not really going to show up green anyway, so I'm not going to bother. I'll do it after. I know I get in Monday earlier. I get in Monday to Vegas around 9 a.m. It's a 6-hour flight with a 3-hour time difference, so. And then I'll be getting ready for the kickoff party on Hogs and Heifers. SEMA is the Specialty Equipment Manufacturing Association show. It is basically the biggest automotive car show, custom show, part show, equipment show in Vegas once a year, where every company, brand, TV celebrity, gadget, car manufacturer sometimes all unveils their newest stuff. It is about a 1.4 to 1.8 million square foot show once a year. And it's not open to the general public. You have to be in the automotive industry, work for it, have a company or brand, or you have to display, or you get invited by someone who's in the show. Okay, so this is like a tan kind of opaque taupe color. Oh yeah, Hogs and Heifers is always a blast. And it raises a lot of money for the Kids with Cancer Foundation. So. Sasha, you just did a show too, a Segola, didn't you? I think I saw that on your feed. Alright, now, because this is roots, I just try to kind of do lines to simulate, do a little, kind of to give a wood grainy texture to the underpainting. And this is going to get another brown over it, and we do little knots. You don't have to go crazy. But just enough to establish what it is. Got a little bit more reducer of this. Hopefully someday I'll get over to Germany and come do one of your events over there. I've always wanted to do Auto Mechanica. Some of those shows just look awesome. Come do! Get those thorns established. And just do lines and just a little blend. Yeah, I've never been. I've always wanted to. I'm just going to use a stencil. Just kind of create a bend. Like, see that overlap? So now I can kind of do that and make the vine look twisty. Yep, I'm waiting for a sponsor or someone to bring me over to Auto Mechanica. So I'd like to go because I'd like to go over to Switzerland too and visit my wife's uncle over there. And go to the Giger Museum, so definitely want to get over to Switzerland at some point. And visit you guys. Maybe go to Italy, because Paulo's in Italy, right? And this color can even, you can even put some of it over the pumpkin for like glows and highlights, because the candy washes are gonna help some of that. Tone it down. So it's a good time to just tone things out. You can even like bring the roots down right onto the pumpkin with that same color. Yeah. We can, this color, it's like, this almost using like the Titan Buff color, because you can just kind of start to bring out some highlighting and establish some edge lighting like here, like it's the inner part of the pumpkin. Some tooth highlighting. And this helps get rid of that stencil edge from the mask by just kind of shading things out and loosening things up. You almost forget that there was a mask there. Because we're going to want some highlight whitish, but I don't want to use pure white, so it's going to be too bright. That the green can pop off of. Just really loosens everything up and gives it a nice feel. You can even put a little of this texture in, because we're going to do like some transparent orange washes over it later, so you can put a little more texture in like this. And we're going to get ready to wrap this thing up for the night and call it a night. And this gets the entire underpainting established. But the cool thing is I can pretty much pull... I'll leave it till next week. I'll leave this till next week to kind of do the reveal as it comes off. And hopefully by next week I have the tabletop airbrushing and effects channel starting to run. Like I said, I got some plans. I gotta do a little intro video, what it is. Haven't started a new channel in a long time. So. Thanks, James. But if you're interested, I haven't see if it's searchable. So you can check to see if you can look at the channel and just subscribe to it. There's obviously no membership because there's not enough people. But once I start getting, I can start doing feeds. So if I get 50 people, like you said, I could start doing live streams right away on the tabletop. So that's Tabletop Airbrush and Effects here on Facebook. And I'll show you one thing I made for the channel. And these are going to be available soon. A portable tabletop. Where is 3/4 cam? There we go. There we go. So, yep. Made these with my laser cutter and tabletop effects. So these are going to be available soon. And yeah, so I designed this. I'm not the first one to come up with these, obviously. They've been around for a while. But this is my version of it. And I'm going to start manufacturing these and selling these. And they come together like a flat pack IKEA thing, and you just glue them together with wood glue. And they're cool. I'll talk more about it on the channel. Yeah. Thanks, Thomas. And I'm going to make different configurations for it. Alright. Mike, let me know when you're doing live feeds, man. I'll pop in. So I think that's a nice established kind of underpainting piece. Oh. Yeah, I got a 20 and a 40. So I got the 40 watt laser cutter, and then it's 3:40 a.m. Jeez, go to bed, man. Talk soon. Let me know your details, Sasha, when you come in. We'll make sure we hook up. Send me your phone number on Facebook, and we'll make sure we get to hang out. You get to meet my wife this year. I don't know if you met her last year, but she's coming as well. Yeah, so I think that's a good start to the piece. Yeah, Mike, what is your channel? Feel free to put it up. Alan Lee over on the Book of Face. Thank you for popping in, my friend. Come on to YouTube where it's better. Alright, I think that's about where I'm gonna leave it off. So yeah, Leahy's channel's awesome. Timothy John been on my channel. And it's Mike McClung. Cool. So it might still be being reviewed. So it's tabletop airbrush and effects. I don't know if it's technically live yet. I have to double check the settings on it. I just got it started, so it might not even be searchable yet. Once it is, I'll make sure it's all high and tight. So we'll get it going. And I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. The feed started a little shaky, but I think we ended up pretty good. And, yeah, I think we're good. Very, very cool. I'm happy with the progress. It's going to be a fun piece. And we'll wrap it up next week. And we'll throw some other goodies together, I think, and getting ready for the SEMA show and Halloween and all that fun stuff. So, thanks for popping in on a Friday night. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Sharing it's most important. Get people into it and let it grow more and more and more. And then keep an eye out for the next channel, and if you're in the tabletop gaming and stuff like that, modeling, you're going to like that channel. We got a lot of plans for that, because I'm planning on taking my 35 years of airbrush illustration automotive technique and bringing those airbrush techniques and stuff into the model and figure painting, because there's a lot of stuff that you can do that's just not talked about. So I want to bring that into it. So I think it'll be cool. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you very much. Peace out.